If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you?
What is up, guys? I am David and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a 1-week review with the Galaxy Note 10 and the Galaxy Buds. Before I start, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to turn on post notifications for whenever we post, you know. Keep in mind, we have a new schedule for our videos. Mondays is going to be Stephanie's, Wednesdays is going to be Stephanie and I. On Fridays, I'm trying my best to do kind of like tech reviews and talk about photography. So if you guys have any recommendations on to what you want to learn about tech or photography, drop it down below on the comments. I'm gonna pin a comment so you can just kind of start like a little discussion right under that, or you can just pin it into the regular comments. Up to you guys. It's a free world. Before I start, I just want to say overall I love the phone. You know, I have no regrets of getting the phone. I honestly fell in love with the new Galaxy Note 10, but there was a couple of things that I disliked about the phone, and that's what I'm going to start with. All right, so the first thing I disliked was switching from my iPhone to the Samsung. I know that's not really like a Samsung thing, it's not the phone itself, but iPhone users who are switching to the Galaxy, that was definitely an issue for me. I really didn't like how my passwords didn't transfer over. I know I sound prudish saying this, but it was actually annoying having to put in every password by itself. I know there's a better way to transfer passwords. There's this app called 1A Password that works for both iOS and Android. So basically that can save you a lot of hassle whenever you're switching from iPhone to Galaxy Note 10. I mean, that was the main thing. I'm still trying to switch my pictures from my iPhone. I'm doing it through the Google Photos, but since my phone is not on data and it's on Wi-Fi, for some reason they're not syncing in the background. I had about 2,000 photos and it's taken about a week. So up until now, I still haven't gotten all of my pictures to the Google Photos. So those are two things I dislike. This is for people who are switching. This is a really big issue for me, was not getting all this information at once. But like I said, there are a lot better ways. I did make a lot of mistakes on the way there and a lot of things I didn't know when I was preparing to switch everything. So just make sure you're prepared, make sure you have everything set up for you to just switch and get it over with, and that's it. Second thing was moving everything at first was overloading the phone. So I did notice the phone was getting very laggy. It was getting kind of hot. Battery life wasn't as good, which I understand. There's a bunch of different computations and different things going on at once that was basically overloading the phone. You know, that kind of concerned me, but at the same time, I understand this is not a supercomputer. It's a smartphone and it's not supposed to perform like the fastest computer in the world. But it was an issue for me. It was kind of concerning, but throughout time, it did get better. It did get a lot better. And at last, the last thing I didn't like about switching from iOS to Android was the compatibility with a lot of the apps. Instagram, the camera on Instagram looks really bad, but a solution for that is I pre-record the videos through the camera app and then I upload them to Instagram, and it does look a lot better that way. On Snapchat, the camera isn't as good. Like I said, the compatibility, it isn't there, and that's one thing I would really like these app developers to work on, is making sure the quality is the same, like just consistent, just kind of like how natural, how nice the camera looks on these apps. But that's still not keeping me from loving this phone. All right, now we're gonna move on to the Galaxy Buds. What I didn't like about them, I mean, was just one thing, because everything else is amazing. But the original sports wingtips, I don't know if that's how I'm pronouncing them correctly, they really hurt my ear. So they were really big. So I actually had to switch the wingtips to just not the sports tips, but just kind of like the flat ones. I mean, I can actually, I hope I can show you guys here. As you can see, it doesn't have like the little tip that's pointing up on the Galaxy Buds. It's just kind of like flat all around, and that's just because it was really hurting my ears, especially after using them for long hours. My ears are starting to get tired in the insides because I feel like they were getting stretched out. All right, and the last thing I didn't like about the phone was the keyboard. The Samsung keyboard is terrible. It is very tight, very together. The autocorrection messes me up so much. The numbers on top of the keyboard, I don't like that. I like the numbers being on a separate page. I actually went ahead and got the Google keyboard. It is a little bit better, but I can't type as fast as I did on my iPhone. So that's definitely one thing I didn't like, was just the keyboard. Now that we got all of the negatives out of the way, let's get into the positives. The first thing I liked about the phone was the phone is quick and snappy. It's very fast, moving from home screen to an app home screen, opening up Instagram, closing Instagram, opening up any app is very fast. And that's definitely one thing I really liked about the phone, and it's expected in a flagship phone. The second thing that I love, especially since I'm a photographer, is the camera. The camera is, oh my god, the best camera on the phone you can have. Possibly. Starting with, it has 3 cameras, guys. It has just regular digital zoom lens, it has an optical zoom lens, and it has a wide angle lens. The wide angle lens is awesome, especially if you're taking pictures of landscapes, cityscapes, buildings, architecture, people, whatever you can think of is amazing. Also, the video camera is so smooth. I'll be linking a video I took on this phone right up here, which I honestly love how smooth it is. It's amazing. I actually tested out how good this image stabilization is, and it's amazing. I'm actually going to test it right now for you guys. I'm going to be moving it up. You guys can kind of see my setup. All right, to the left, super smooth. And I haven't changed any settings in it. I haven't put it on 4K, I haven't put it on 1080p, and you can already see how smooth it is. And now I'm gonna do a kind of like as if I were running or on a bike, and you can see how smooth it is as well. All right. The third thing I like about the phone was the display. Regardless of the fact that this is a 1080p display, I love it. It's so much better than the iPhone XS Max. The screen resolution is amazing. It's so clear. The color calibration is beautiful. I've actually done a side-by-side comparison with the iPhone XS Max, and you can see so many more colors on it. It's truer to what it's actually supposed to look like. Starting with, you can watch your favorite Netflix shows, you can watch your favorite streamer, you can watch me on the phone, and it looks amazing. It has a bigger screen ratio compared to the other Galaxy models, and it also has that punch hole camera, so that means that the top portion of the display is a lot thinner. The fourth thing I want to talk about is the S Pen functionality. These came in handy so many times, especially whenever 70 and I went to Disney, and I'm actually going to be leaving the video right up here as well, or here, wherever it is. We didn't really have anyone to take pictures of us whenever we were in front of the tree, for example. We would just set the phone down. I could, the S Pen is really easy to hide. I just click the S Pen and it'll take a picture. Also, it was really easy to use the gestures. And I mean, you guys can find a lot of good videos on that, but the gestures was really easy to use, very productive. It makes life a lot easier. I haven't tried the gestures with anything else but the camera, but I have tried drawing with it. So Samsung comes with an app called Pen Up, and you can actually draw, you can make your own drawings on the phone. You can also fill in other people's drawings, or you can just color and just relax, and it's a really cool app that comes already native to the phone. Another thing I really liked was the screen off memo, or on off screen memo. It's really great to create a quick note if you have a reminder, if you just want to set like a quick groceries list, if you want to draw something really quick. It's amazing having that off-screen memo, and it automatically turns off whenever your screen is off and you take the S Pen out of the phone. Another thing I love about the phone is the dark mode, and how a lot of these apps are already functioning with the dark mode. So that itself has saved me a lot of battery, which is going to be going into my next topic of talking, is the battery life on the phone. So at first, like I explained earlier in the video, the battery life wasn't as good. I mean, I understand there's a lot going on the phone. All the apps were updating, this was moving here, I was moving here, this. So I was basically overloading the memory on the phone. I understand. Now, a couple days later, I decided to just test it. I didn't turn any kind of battery optimization mode. I just had it on normal. I charged it to 100%, looked at the time, saw, and the battery life, no joke, lasted me 25 hours. Now, this is with normal use, me going on social media, checking my emails, taking a couple of quick pictures, and watching a couple of YouTube videos, and it lasted me 25 hours before I had to charge it again. Now, if you imagine how good the battery life is on normal, now imagine if it was on medium power saving mode. Maximum power saving mode is there if you're stranded somewhere or if you really can't get to a charger on time. I tested it out. I left it on 7%, put it on maximum power saving mode, and the 7% lasted me 5 hours. So you can only imagine how good the battery life on this. On top of that, it has this feature called adaptive power saving mode, where basically the phone learns how you use your phone, and then it suggests the best kind of power saving for your phone. So it turns off background CPU or background data, and it improves it decreases CPU brightness, whatever. The phone is very smart, and it kind of learns based on how you use it. Another thing that I really liked about the phone, which is a huge thing for me coming from the iPhone, was the fact I can customize it. And whenever I say I can customize it, I mean I can customize it. I haven't really gotten much into it. I've been looking at a couple of app launchers that I might be interested in. Soon I'm going to be doing kind of experimenting with different app launchers, and I can let you guys know. Let me know if you guys want me to try any new ones. If you guys have new recommendations, drop it down below on the comments. But I do want to experiment with app launchers, and just the fact that I can customize this phone is amazing. I can actually give you guys a quick tour on how I have my phone set up now. Alright, so as you guys can see, I have all of my apps kind of like on one screen, or all of my main apps categorized. So I'm really into 1 to 2 press functions. So let's say if I wanted to go on Instagram, I just touch here and go on Instagram. Or if I wanted to go on Reddit, tap once, go on Reddit. If I wanted to make a call, boom, right there. If I want to make a text message, boom, right there. So I'm really into having 1 to 2 functions. I dislike having to go through all my apps and searching for which app I want to use. I also love the fact that I have the Google search right under it, and then the weather right under the Google search bar. So all of this is just set up to increase my productivity and getting from app to app on a faster basis. Now, once I go to the side, I actually added the Samsung native calendars widget on here, and this is a really big thing for me, especially since I like keeping track of when I have shoots, when I have off. Right now I haven't really been messing too much with it, but soon I am going to be putting more reminders on it, and it's going to be a lot more productive. Another thing was, Bixby is all the way to the left. I haven't really messed with it, but it can come handy. I'm going to start experimenting more with Bixby and see what I can find. Now, a lot of people may be worried about the fact that power button is on the left, and that is normally where the Bixby button is. I actually was able to turn off Bixby, and now I just have it to where I long press, and I can pop up basically the turn off, restart, or just power menu. Now, those are a couple of things that I really like about the Galaxy Note 10. Now I'm going to talk about the Galaxy Buds. Overall, I love the Galaxy Buds so much. They make my life so much more simple. Whenever I'm out and about driving, if I'm at work, I can just take them out of the case, pop in my ear. They automatically connect. They connect actually really fast instantly. So they actually connect really fast. So as soon as I put them in my ear, it makes like the little beep letting me know that it recognizes that it's in my ear and that it's working. I believe it has kind of like a sensor inside of them, so that's how they can tell whenever they're in your ear. Another thing I really like is the case. The case is really cool. The case is actually iridescent, so these are the gray or silver ones, and the case is iridescent. The Galaxy Buds also has this really cool iridescent design on the touchpad. That's another thing I want to talk about. The touchpad is awesome. You tap it once to pause a song if you're listening to music, tap it twice to change it. I actually was able to customize when I hold it. So now when I hold the Galaxy Buds, or when I hold the touchpad, it actually, I think it was it hangs up a call, or no, whenever I hold down the touchpad, it turns the volume up or down depending on which side I touch. Another thing I really like was the sound quality. quality. So the sound quality actually really surprised me since I'm a big audiophile. So I love how clear the treble is. I love how the bass sounds. All right, so one thing I really like about the Galaxy Buds is how I can customize the sound quality. Now, inside the Galaxy Buds or Samsung wearable apps, I'm able to go on the equalizer and change if I wanted more of a treble boost, if I wanted a clearer sound, dynamic, soft, or bass boost. So I haven't really, checked out every single one, just because I really like leaving it just on dynamic because it sounds very balanced. So the treble doesn't, overpower the bass, and the bass doesn't overpower the treble. So that's one thing I really liked about the sound quality. Also, listening to music, it sounds so clear, so nice, and I really love that. Another thing I liked in here inside the Galaxy Buds, it tells me the battery life of the Galaxy Buds, and right here is where you can actually go ahead. And whenever you touch on the touch pad option, you're able to basically go through and customize on how you want to customize the touchpad on it. The last thing I really liked about the Galaxy Buds was the ambient mode. Now, whenever you turn the ambient mode on, basically the Galaxy Buds have an external microphone and an internal microphone. So the external microphone basically picks up on outside noise. So whenever you're walking on the streets, whenever you're at work, whenever you're doing whatever, it doesn't work as well whenever the volume is kind of high. That's just because, of course, you're going to hear more music than anything else, but it works very well if you have your volume lower and you can hear a lot of the outside. One of the features you can turn on is voice focus, where it basically focuses on just a voice or just whenever the microphone picks up on voice. So this is really good if you have someone talking to you and you have the headphones in, or like I said, if you're at work or whatnot, you can hear whoever's talking to you. Now I want to talk about the accessories that I have for the Note 10 and the Galaxy Buds. Overall, I've only bought 3 accessories, and I'm going to be leaving the links to the accessories down below in the description. So if you guys find any of these interesting, you can definitely purchase them from Amazon, and I'll be listing the prices as well. The first thing is this clear CASEMATE case. One thing I love about clear cases is that I can put like little Polaroids in it, I can put stickers on it. It's very customizable, and at the same time, it's very protective. This case actually has a 10-foot drop protection for the Galaxy Note 10. One thing I really like about this case as well is that it has an anti-yellowing coat on it. So over the years, the case doesn't yellow or it doesn't deteriorate. So that's normally why this case is towards the higher price. This case is actually $30, but it's definitely worth it. CASEMATE has a really good warranty. So if your case has some kind of defect, scratch, or anything, they can be responsible for replacing the case. Now for the screen protector, it looks like I don't have a screen protector on, but I actually have the PUREGEAR liquid glass screen protector. The liquid glass screen protector is going for $22 on Amazon. I'll be leaving the link down below in the description so you guys can get one for yourself. Basically, the liquid glass is a chemical solution that you can rub on the screen. It makes the screen as tough as sapphire, so it's very protective against scratching. It's protective against hard impacts. I've put the phone in the same pocket as my keys and it has not got scratched up. Another really cool thing about PUREGEAR though is that it comes with a $100 reimbursement program. So if your screen does crack or anything, they can give you $100 towards the screen replacement. You just gotta make sure you register the screen within, I believe it was like a 30-day period. And then the final thing I got was, now the last thing I got for my Galaxy Buds was this white silicone case by WE Direct. I also bought this on Amazon. I did some really good researching for a good silicone case, and these are by WE Direct. I'll be leaving the link for these as well down below in the description. One thing I really like, it comes with this little keychain. I actually hooked these on my front belt loop, so I have easy access to the Galaxy Buds, and I'm not keeping them in my pocket making kind of like bulk. Now, whenever you do want to use your Galaxy Buds, you just push the flaps down like this, and you can open up the lid just like that. They're actually very, very affordable. I believe they cost me like $8 or $9 on Amazon. All right, guys, that concludes everything. Again, thank you for watching this video. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, a simple comment telling you guys what you liked about the video, what you didn't like, comes a very, very long way for us. So if you guys have any questions about any of my, any of the equipment I use, let me know. I'll send you guys links to where I got them. All right, thank you again, guys. Have a great day. Peace out and tech out.